consideration. When you are being considerate from a place of unworthiness, it is called people pleasing. However, when you are being considerate from the place of worthiness, you are being feminine. When you are being feminine in your core frequency, then you are actually allowing yourself to consider those around you. What perfectionism does to a lot of women is that it puts this sense of armor on you, this sense of hardness on you, the sense of perception that it's all on you, all about you, all about what you are able to create in this world. And so you cut yourself off from connection because of it. And you cut yourself off from the possibility and the gift of being considerate. And so you never fully get to feel what it's like to be considerate. Being considerate, again, when it comes from that place of unworthiness, it then becomes a sense of manipulation, because then it's all about considering others for the sake of you. Whereas when you're being considerate from a place of worthiness, you already know your worth. You know that you are not defined by what you do or don't do, but you have the sense of energy about you that is overflowing. And this is exactly what allows you to take others into consideration and the world into consideration, right? So what does it actually mean to have this sense of consideration when it comes from a place of worthiness and not unworthiness, as in perfectionism or people pleasing, right? The feminine essence, when embracing consideration, really knows that to be considerate of others means to put others' feelings in front of you and being able to understand where they're coming from, right? To listen. And so you make the habit of being able to basically offer of yourself and of this frequency of knowing your worth to others, to be able to serve them, right? Just like I, as a coach, I love to support those that I serve, the sunflowers, the furry guests, right? And the bloomers, the paid clients. And I also love to serve my cat, Lightbeam. I love to be in and around my friends and have connection with them and hear what their world is about, what they're up to, and supporting them. And whenever I have a romantic partner, I also consider where they're at in their journey, and knowing that when I support them, I know that because everything is interconnected, you're also inadvertently supporting yourself, and you are supporting another human being and flourishing. And that is one of the most beautiful things to see, to be able to witness, to be able to actually take part in someone else's journey and see how they grow and kind of be more of like a cheerleader as well. But you can only be a cheerleader of someone else if you're also a cheerleader of yourself. And furthermore, this consideration can also show up as having a sense of respect for yourself and for obviously others too. So for instance, if you have an appointment or you're going out to meet someone, it's understanding that when you show up on time to meet someone, you are indirectly, subconsciously telling them that you care, that you consider them, you consider your own and their time. And as you respect others, you also respect yourself. And this is being considerate. And when you start a conversation with someone, when you have this feminine essence of consideration about you, you would like to engage in where they're at, how they are, and in so doing, in so listening, you also get to know yourself better too, right? And when you are in and around people, it's like it's not that you are walking there on eggshells, not wanting to disturb them, but it is about having that consideration of someone else's presence as your own. So being able to have that in mind can also help to have this kind of delicate consideration about you, which is very, very, very different to when, for instance, I was a full-on perfectionist myself and I had this armor on and I claimed the space wherever I went, and it was really, truly a lot about that sense of attention. And it wasn't about attention in the sense of attracting attention in a authentic worthiness kind of way, or from that place of worthiness. It was more so from that place of unworthiness, that place of I need to prove my presence through what I do, through what I say, through what I claim for myself. Yeah. But when you have that sense of inner kind of, confidence about yourself, then there's no real need to do that anymore. Yeah. You kind of soften into yourself. And when you're out and about, it's more so about that aura that you emit too. It is that sense of like smiling at someone that passes you by, or wishing them a good day, or saying hi, or acknowledging and considering someone else when you're in their presence. Because again, you understand that as above, so below, as within, so without. And I've come to recognize that this is something that has completely shifted my energy and what I've been able to create as well. Because when I'm out and about, I have these strangers come up to me and literally tell me there's something about your energy. Oh, I love that, dress, or I love the fact that you're smiling the way that you're doing. I remember I was in one wedding one time as a photographer, and I remember it still how this person was just like, you have such a great smile. Keep smiling. You're spreading this beautiful energy around you. And that is because I have that essence, and you do too. When you tap into it, when you tap into this feminine essence, you emit this consideration off of you so that everyone around you feel like you're considering them. And again, it's not about people pleasing. It's about being authentic in who you are and expressing from that place. And further on, when, for instance, making plans, you then kind of go beyond the call of duty to make sure that as many as possible would feel included, right? And I know that people feel included in your presence when you yourself know that you are included. Because how are you meant to have someone around you feel included if you don't feel included yourself? So it starts with you, including yourself in whatever you're engaging in, fully and completely. And as leave the room, for instance, you also consider those who come after you. You consider how the room is, presented, so to speak, so that those who come after you could feel welcomed as well. Do you know what I mean? This is something that I actually learned from my mom, and she kind of let me know that, you'd want to take care of the room as if you were the one coming after you. You know what I mean? How would you want to enter the room? How would you want to see and feel in that room after you left? So this is about consideration. And again, if it comes from that place of unworthiness or people pleasing, it's fear-based. It's that sense of fear of what will other people think about me if I don't consider others, if I don't take care of the room, if I don't acknowledge other people's presence. So then it's fear-based. Whereas if it's love-based, wholehearted love for yourself and others, it is that sense of overflow. It's that sense of, I know my worth, and I know that my worth is not dependent on how I am being perceived or what I do or how I perform. And so I want to do this out of fulfillment, out of overflow. So I would want to support you in coming back to this feminine essence and this feminine virtue of consideration. Consideration is incredibly fulfilling, especially for women, because we are designed like this. We are truly, at its core, designed like this, where we truly are being considerate when we don't have these coping mechanisms like perfectionism floating on top of it. So you can go to bloombeyond.com/apply to come into the Bloom Beyond tribe for a free monthly cohort. I'd love to support you in your journey in coming back to this essence of consideration from that place of love over fear. Stay bright, brave, and balanced.